Hi, I'm Kate, and I have read recently the statement that you must start where you are. And so this is my first ever YouTube post about where I am, which is this trouble on the planet right now with integrity, accountability, and personal responsibility on all levels. Because if somebody makes an arrangement with you and you aren't able to keep it, you should just have the courtesy to let them know. And if somebody sends you a text to ask you how you are, because they're thinking of you, even if you want that person to go away and don't want to hear from them again, you should at least answer and say that. And if, like, somebody asks you to do something and you agree to, and then you don't, then you should at least have the guts to own up about it without them having to come back to you and say, well, did you do that thing? So it's not just about governments and politicians changing climate policy so that we can try and do something about the state of the natural environment on this planet. It's not about that. I mean, that's just a symptom of actually what is going on in each and every person's personal life. And I have been for the last 17 years a Reiki master, reflexologist, and massage therapist. And I've run a busy practice in cities, in remote places, in towns, in spas, in wellness centers, in esoteric healing retreat centers. I've been an assistant manager, I've been senior therapist, I've been the only therapist and the manager. I've worked in a diverse setting, diverse types of roles in diverse settings in the world, because I've worked in more than one country. So I'm just saying, I'm at this point in my life now where I'm trying to feel my way into what it is that I want for myself for the next decade or so, because we are going into 2020. And this thing of integrity and accountability is really important to me right now, because I arrived in a city 3 months ago that is a harsh city, and there are very few people in it with integrity. And even those who do have integrity are so scarred by the rest of the residents that don't have integrity that if I make an arrangement with them, they check that I'm going to follow through. And I've never had myself check that I'm going to follow through, because I guess now, seeing the evidence and thinking about it and mulling over it for the last 3 months since I arrived in the city, that I've always had high levels of integrity and accountability. Not that I'm smug and I don't judge other people, but it's just so obvious now at this time that that's what's here for me. And if this is resonating with you as well, then hello. And if not, then just stop watching the video and don't share it and don't like it. Don't click anything. I don't want any of those thumbs downs. I don't like them. And yeah, so think about your own personal life where you are asked to uphold an arrangement, or if you agree to do something for somebody, like lift their kids or make dinner or whatever, or even if somebody texts you and says, hey, we haven't heard from you in a while, I'm just thinking about you, how are you? And if they haven't heard from you in a while because you wanted them out of your life, then you should say so. And if you didn't uphold your agreements to do X, Y, and Z, then you should just say so. Just say so. It's not going to kill you. It's going to make things better. So that is where I am, and that I realize that my needs have changed as well. I am no longer needing money, a big house, a fancy car, international travel, blah, blah, blah. I need to be able to trust the people that I interact with. That I don't need to tiptoe around on eggshells around them to make them feel comfortable. That if I'm in a mood, that I can be in the mood. And also that if I want to walk slowly, talk slowly, speak slowly, text slowly, conduct myself slowly so that I've got enough time to absorb everything, then that is what I'm going to do. Because getting caught up in other people's paces just uncenters you. And the more you are uncentered, the more your boundaries can be taken advantage of. And the more those little things can creep in and just eventually suck on you and make you feel like you are so that you almost don't want to be alive. So it's a personal accountability and integrity, and keeping your good boundaries and being yourself at the heart of it. Because if you are being yourself, then your boundaries and your accountability will flow naturally from there. So that is my first YouTube post, and I hope I can make more.